Evidence Room is back with all new episodes that you can catch right here on KPRC 2+. The award-winning docuseries brings you up close and personal with Texas's most gripping cases that's dominated headlines. And you'll get to hear and see the interviews with detectives, crime scene photos and videos, plus some of the murder weapons themselves. Here to tell us more about this upcoming season, is KPRC2 Investigates producer Jason Wynn. Jason, you guys have been really busy this season. I know you're prepping for a good one.
We really have, and this is going to be an impactful season because we are taking things on the road, and it's really just been an honor to be a part of all of this because I've actually got to be here since the get-go when we started the Evidence Room.
Yeah, and so what are some of the true crime type stories that you're working on? Well,
I mean, we're obviously going to kick it off. If you've been on Click2 and you've been able to see our website here, you've been able to see that we're going to launch Ana Trujillo, the stiletto killer. And a lot of people know that because she was a woman who killed a man with a 5-inch stiletto heel. His name was Professor Stefan Anderson. And so Prosecutor John Jordan, we got to talk to him on this, and he told me and the crew that, you know, Stefan's face really looked like Swiss cheese. We got to see some of the surveillance video, some of the crime scene video, and we can tell you that he was in pretty bad shape when authorities finally got there and were trying to help him. The other case we're going to deal with is Jose Flores. Jose was a young kid walking to school. I'm sure you remember this. A lot of people at home know this too. And he was murdered. This is a unique case because it took on his name and not the defendant's.
Okay, so is that not normal? Do they normally do it the other way around?
Not normal whatsoever, because usually when we talk about defendants' cases, the prosecutors, us in media, we always refer to the case by the defendant's name. You know, the person who allegedly killed the person until they're actually charged. But with this, Josue, his name, the community wanted to make sure he was remembered. He was there. It's a very impactful show. I can tell you, you probably won't have dry eyes by the time you get done watching that episode.
I mean, it's hard to believe even that it was that long ago because it still like hurts my heart a little bit. That was when I was doing more general news assignment reporting, and I remember interviewing the family right outside of his home where basically it happened. So is that going to be a trend where they're going to start naming cases after the victim, or is that just this case?
You know, when we talked to Prosecutor John Jordan about this, and you know, he's now the trial bureau chief. He's in charge of all the lawyers for Harris County right now. I mean, he's pretty much right under Kim Ogg, but he was telling us like this was a unique case that it took the victim's name, and if they could, they would name a lot more of these cases after the victim instead of the defendants.
I mean, I kind of like that because we don't want to glorify the you get what
I
I'm
know
saying.
where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure the folks at home do too.
Well, I do want to ask you about John Jordan too, because that was a name we heard a lot during the A.J. Armstrong trial.
Yes.
So we are going to hear more from him throughout this series too.
I mean, he's been on a lot of cases. He was on Susan Wright. He was on the Stiletto Killer. So you're going to hear him from there. And he was in Josue's case. I mean, the Stiletto Killer and Josue, they were kind of his first cases.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. And honor killings?
Honor killings we're also going to cover that. Yeah. We've got David Temple in line, and Haley, we're going to take the show on the road. We're going to head out to Galveston. We're going to talk about Baby Grace for a little bit, and then we're going to head over to San Antonio, and we're going to talk about the Angel of Death, and she's accused of killing 50-some kids.
No.
Yes. Yes. So it's going to be a wild ride through this season of the Evidence Room.
Yeah, and you guys are really making this very like Dateline-ish. You know, I mean, if you're a fan of Dateline, you'll be a fan of the Evidence Room.
Well, Dateline even used our Evidence Room music in one of their most recent episodes. So I mean, it is doing a little trend here.
They like us.
Well, the other thing is we got to talk about is you know, people can join us here and be a part of this Evidence Room thing if they're an insider. So we want to make sure people head over to our website, click2houston.com, and sign up to be an insider, because they'll actually get to see some things.
Well, I know you guys are doing that for the debut, but are you going to plan on doing that for other episodes too?
Yeah. So tonight, if you were an insider, you probably got an invite to come watch the premiere of the Evidence Room. We're going to show it to a select few of people this evening at 6 o'clock.
That's video that you took when you...
Yeah, and this is
Premiered it
video
today?
of our
Okay.
watch party
Nice.
that we did for the, we had a whole bunch of people vote on their best episode. They came in, we had some barbecue, had some mac and
cool.
cheese. Well, they got to meet the people that were actually behind the scenes. We brought in Rhonda Spinks, who's part of the criminal archive system that allows us to go in and look at all of this evidence pretty up close. She's actually going to be here tonight so that they get to talk to her, meet her, kind of talk about the evidence, the cases, and
There's
all
the
of this.
editor and the photographers, so you can ask all kinds of questions.
Everybody's involved in here, and they'll all be here again tonight. And you can do that if you're an insider, because we're going to probably end up doing a watch party again this season.
Yeah. So, did they have a lot of questions for you guys?
Yeah, I think we scheduled it for like an hour and a half. We were there for like 2.5 hours. I mean,
nice.
it was one of those things where, you know, obviously Robert gets a lot of questions because, you know, he's
the
on
face.
this.
I
Yeah, he's
know.
one of the faces that's on it. But there's a lot of good things to talk about that we don't really necessarily hit, you know, when it comes to certain evidence. Like, you know, like, I mean, one of the questions I'm gonna guess it is, you know, Josue, his jacket's so small. You know, it's like, how do you describe that on a camera and just show that picture, you know? Like, those are the things, those intimate moments where we actually get to breathe a little bit and we get to share with our insiders if they sign up.
You get to say, this is what impacted me most by covering this. Things that you don't really, you have to get left on the editing room floor because we are limited on time, but
and it's a true
people
crime
want to know
show.
those things.
Yeah, you're like, it's a true crime show, so people are actually watching the true crime that they don't really get to know how it affects you.
Yeah,
putting
and it
the
does.
episode
I
together.
can assure you it does.
Yes,
All right, Jason Wynn, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will check back in with you throughout the season of The Evidence Room. And as you just heard Jason talking about, we're going to kick off the new season of The Evidence Room with a story behind the 5-inch blue suede stiletto heel. We'll have KPRC2 investigator Robert Arnold on the show to tell us more about it. And remember, you can watch The Evidence Room on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. exclusively on KPRC2 Plus. Make sure you download the app on all of your streaming devices to catch our streaming shows. We'll have some showers moving through Houston.